Hi everyone, this is the second video in our 4-part series for process journal number 4, drawing basics. So we're on to regular contour drawing, which means that you can actually see your drawing that you're making now. So before, I had you cover your hand up, and that's how you completed it. Couldn't see it at all. You used a sweatshirt or a large piece of newspaper or something to cover it up so that you couldn't see what you were drawing, or you just looked away and did your very best. Now we're moved on to contour, and a contour drawing is basically the same as blind contour. Literally the only difference is that you can see what you're drawing. The focus is still on the object or the thing that you're drawing. So your hand, your face, the object. All right, so here's an example of a face, shoes, which are objects, and a hand, to show you that that's what you'll be drawing again in this tutorial. This video up here is not my video, it's someone else's, but it's just a reference video there for you in case you need it. Here we go. So typically these results aren't going to be perfect, right? These are not super finished drawings. They're just beautiful little studies, and you'll see the ones that I do in the video are by no means perfect. I'm just trying to follow the general shapes and lines, or the general lines of the objects that I'm drawing. So spend time really paying attention to the shape and line of things, and look for the details and the creases in the little things. Hair is great to play with, and you'll notice here on this drawing, I put it on the last slide, but I like how the line follows through and there's never a point where it breaks. So you're never really taking your hand off the paper. If you ever see me take my hand up, it's just for a second, and that's because usually my sweatshirt gets caught on the paper and then I have to drag it up again. But that would be the only reason that I would have to bring my pen up for just a second, or pencil. So now that you've spent time doing blind contour, you'll do the same thing that you did in the last one, only it's regular contour, and you can look at the drawing while you're drawing it. So I still want you to really focus on what you're drawing, but it's okay to still mess up. You're just focusing on that continuous line and the outlines of things. Here is the whole activity, so let's break it down, and then I will start off the tutorial part for you. So make sure that you get yourself set up before you start to watch along with the tutorial part. So make sure you have a sketchbook, your pencil, and a timer if you need it. I'll be doing only one drawing for each, but then you're required to do 2 drawings for each, and except for the I'm sorry, you have to do 2 drawings for each, and it says so on here. So you have to do 2 2-minute hands, 2 2-minute faces, and 2 2-minute objects, and then at the end you're going to decide which thing you like the best, which thing is the most interesting. So you might have a really cool object around your house that's got a lot of details, or shoes are really awesome to draw because they can take up a lot of time. Like if you do shoes in the 2-minute one, you might not get very far, but there's always the face too. The face is very detailed. So think about what you want to do for your 5-minute drawing, and then you'll reflect to these 4 questions at the end. What was the most challenging part? How can contour help you make your artwork better? How do you think your drawings turned out, and how were you risk-taking this activity? And be sure to upload all the photos from this to your process journal. Here's some more examples from contour, and you can see these in our folder. If you can get a cat to be still for this long, you could do a contour of your cat or your dog. Maybe a sleeping cat, you could get them. Just wait for the right time. Here's some more examples of contour, just simple objects, lines. It doesn't have to be perfection. And then I love this bathroom one. If you are fancy and you have done this before and you want to try to get more interesting compositions, go into your bathroom and draw it. It's fun. I promise you, it's fun to draw a toilet. They have so many shapes. And I love how the person that drew the hands kept on doing it all over the same hand. So you could do that. You could do overlapping hand drawing for your 5-minute drawing and do a couple of hands that overlap, whatever you want. however you want to do this. If you want to do more than 2 drawings for each one, you are also welcome to do that too. All right, so now I'm going to skip to the part of this lesson where we talk about how to get set up and how to get started, and then we'll go through the tutorial together. So I'll meet you over there. All right, so I am here to show you how to do regular contour drawing without having to cover your hands up. So I'm going to show you my sketchbook here in just a second, but I just want to make you aware that you are welcome to use fronts and backs of your sketchbook pages. So you'll see on my sketchbook in a minute that it is it's on the back of where I did my value assignment. So I'm just reusing a page. It's a little bit crunchy. You can see some lines through it, but I don't really care because this is just a sketchbook assignment. I don't care if it looks rough or not. So I'm gonna bring it down now for you to see what it looks like to work on a contour drawing. So like I'll do in the video that we're going to start, so this is just an example. You don't have to do this along with me right now. I'm just showing you how to do this. And then I'm going to go into the next section of the video, and then you can do it with me, okay? So just let's look, and you can see this example here. So the good thing is that I can see my hand and the paper now. My hand's not covered up. So I'm going to put my hand here, and I'm going to pick a starting point towards the bottom of my page, and I'm going to start now. And I'm really still focusing. You see how to move my arm up, so I had to stop a little bit. That's okay to stop. It happens. I like to stop just to catch myself. And then I also, with fingernails, like to loop around a lot. This hand is going to be a lot bigger than my actual hand, I think I made it too big. That's okay, though. And you notice how I loop back with my lines a lot? Hopefully this is not too light on the video. I guess you can see it. I got a light pencil. I suppose I should have got my ebony pencil, huh? All right, so now I'm coming up to the middle of this finger here. So again, it's not perfect, but I'm getting the overall gist of it. And I'm not looking at my paper too much. I'm still really focused on the lines on my hand. Very interesting. Like there's so many lines on my hands. And there'll be lots of lines on yours too. So just try to catch the biggest ones that you can find. And get the overall shape of your fingers, even if it's not perfect. Some more lines here. All right. So as you can see, I went pretty big. I tend to be a big drawer. Some of you will do this and you'll find, oh, wow, I am a small drawer. That's okay. Here's the start of my hand there, so you get the idea. Yours may fill your whole page, or it may just be a tiny little drawing, and that's okay. Now you're starting to get the feel of it with being able to see it. Hopefully that will help you, and you'll see that I could see mine and I still ended up making it too big, but that's just me. My brain goes big. So if I were giving me advice, I would say to go a little bit smaller. But for those of you who are like teeny little tiny, go a little bit bigger, okay? So we're going to start the tutorial part of this. I'm going to allow you some time to pause so that you can go grab your materials. You need your sketchbook and a pencil, and that's really it, unless you need your cell phone for a timer. So what I'll do is I'll go through one full drawing, a 2-minute, and you can follow along and do yours with me, and I'll talk to you through it, and then I'll leave part of it silent. And then you can either go back and do the same thing again and do a new drawing with me there, or you can just use your phone and use a timer on your phone and set 2 minutes and do it 2 minutes by yourself. If you reach the end of, if you don't reach the end of 2 minutes each time, that means that you're going too fast and it does not count as a 2-minute drawing. All of the drawings that you turn in have to have been done for 2 minutes. When I know it's hard to judge right online, like you can lie to me if you want, but like it's not going to help you get better at drawing. So the goal is to draw for the full 2 minutes and just go slower. If you finish before the 2 minutes is up, it's because you were going too fast, or you were going too small, and then you're going to want to make it a little bit bigger. So there are definitely reasons why people wouldn't finish, or people would finish too early. And when we're in class, I can, say to you, you got to try this again and go the full 2 minutes. But because I'm not there, you've really got to have a lot of good self-management here, just like we've talked about at the start. Really focus on self-management with this and get yourself to do all the full 2 minutes for every drawing. I want you to make sure that at the end of this lesson, I'll put some information up for you, and I want to make sure that you spend time reflecting in your process journal and then adding the photos of every single drawing that you do to your photographic evidence section in your process journal. That's a lot of photos. That's okay. You can make them smaller and try to fit them all on those 2 slides, or if you want to copy more photographic evidence slides and just have more, do that, please. If you turn this in and I only get a copy of 1 or 2 pictures of things, I will not give you a grade for this. You've got to have the photos of all 4 activities that you do. So I'm excited for you to try this because I think it's better once you take the blindfold away. It makes people feel like they have more control, a little more control over it. I want to remind you not to sketch. This is not sketching. This is still continuous line. So if you were struggling with going like this with your paper, so sketching's more like drawing like this, right? And like spending time. Okay, that's not contour. This is contour. What I was doing, the continuous line, that's contour. So if you catch yourself sketching, stop what you're doing, take your finger off the paper and just try to draw in the air like we did with conversation with your hands, and try to get back in the flow. See if you can contour line, draw your face in the air. And then that'll help you put pencil back to paper and stop sketching and start doing contour line. So let's get into this and we'll begin.